Thank you for purchasing a wakeboard wrap from the Boat Wrap Company. Now I'm going to give you a detailed tutorial on how to install your wakeboard wrap. Alright, so what you want to do is gather your stuff, get your wakeboard, get your wrap, the squeegee that should have come in your kit, alcohol to clean the board with. It doesn't matter if it's the 71 or 91%, just whatever you got lying around, or just go to the grocery store, pick that up, pair of scissors, a small sharp knife. Here I've got an X-Acto knife, but anything that you've got like this that sort of you can use to make a detailed cut will work. And whatever tools you need, disassemble the fins or hardware on your board, paper towels, and of course you're going to want to have a friend come and help you. It's nice to have an extra set of hands. Okay, so you want to remove the fins or any other small hardware that's on the bottom side of your board. You want to consult and see what the manufacturer recommends for how to remove your fins. On this particular board, it's very easy. This one just uses a small Allen key and the fins pop. Right, next thing you want to do is you want to take your graphic, go ahead and lay it out on your board. So a lot of our graphics are made a little bit oversized so that way they can fit several different types. So go ahead and get an idea of how much you're going to need. Kind of if it has a design on it. Today we're just using sort of a solid piece as an example, but when your board has a design on it, you can slide it around, get an idea of where you want your design to hit on the board. Take your scissors, it's in finding the edge of the board, and go ahead and just cut off the excess. What that's going to do is it's just going to leave you a lot less vinyl that you have to deal with later. So we'll just trim off that length. If you feel like you're comfortable with it, what some people do is they'll trim off some of the side. My suggestion for you is if you've never laid vinyl, just go ahead and leave that, so that way you've got plenty of air back and forth. So once we do that, what I like to do, we'll pull back an edge. Get it started. Take this, curl it under like that. Crease that edge. Double check and make sure you're hitting everywhere that you want to hit. Then take this, come over the top, get your squeegee, and just get that first edge started. The vinyl we provided you has what's called an air release technology. It's really awesome. The bottom side of this vinyl has little tiny channels that let the air escape, so you shouldn't get any bubbles in it. Next thing you want to do is sort of grab that backing, see it there, pull yourself some back, put a little tension towards the back of the board. You can see how it really straightened that vinyl out. And just squeegee a little bit at a time. Now, before I told you to have a buddy, it's really awesome if you've got that friend and he can sort of hold the board steady behind you. But if you're by yourself, you can do it this way. One thing to keep into account is if it's a really warm day, you're doing this in your garage, tailgate of your truck, wherever you end up, the warmer it is, the more this stuff gets pliable. It tends to stretch more. So you just want to be mindful of that if you're outside and it's hot, that you're putting too much stress across the board. You know, you can make the design kind of look odd, or you can even put stress in it, which might cause the vinyl to kind of act funny. So if you do it this way, you just take your time, do a little bit at a time. You'll be fine. You get a little bubble in it, take your finger and rub it out. It's not real. And I know I'm making this look easy, but honestly, if you take your time, it actually is just about this easy. It's not too bad. Now, one thing I'll show you too, this material is designed for applications just like this. So say you're doing it and you mess up and you get a spot, you can pick up a little bit and come back. If you've got a hair dryer or a heat gun, you can use that to get any creases or odd spots out of the vinyl. If you've got a heat gun and you've never done this before, use the low setting. If you've got a hair dryer, it's probably just going to be just barely warm enough to get it to do what you want to do. But the key to this Just take your time. If you've never messed with something like this, don't rush it. Just take a moment. And there we are. I'm sure it's the one you guys are all the most nervous about. Just be careful. This board's really awesome because it has a real nice sharp edge around the corner. So what you'll do is you take your knife, sort of lift this up and put tension on it, and slide your blade right on that edge. And just follow the edge. And what I'm actually doing is my knife is riding that edge. The blade is not actually, the cutting edge is not touching the board. And I'm just taking my time. I'm doing a little bit quick, but you should just take your time. Because what you don't want to do is angle in and cut the board and angle out and come out and get yourself. Also make sure you have a nice, sharp, fresh blade. Alright, so the key to this again is just going to be take your time. Don't get in a rush. Just take your time, move at your own pace, and clean that edge up. And if you get a little funky spot, you can carefully just sort of trim it off, kick it off. Make sure you come back, get these edges where the fins go. You don't have to be super perfect and clean with these because the fins are going to go back in and kind of hide a little bit of that. Once you got your graphic applied and trimmed, reinstall your hardware, and you're ready for the lake. If you have any questions or concerns, you can get us at TheBoatWrapCompany at yahoo.com.